Hello, welcome back to another video, and today will be an ML5 tier list for the custom banner, which is coming out next week. Alright, and just to let you guys know, if you guys don't have enough to PD for a new ML5, you might want to hold on this banner until they reveal what is the new ML5 kits. Alright, maybe it's suitable for you, then you might want to skip this custom banner and go for the new ML5. Alright, so yes, we have 3 weeks for this. And definitely I would say save it until they reveal the kit for the new ML5. Then we decide whether we want to summon this custom banner or not. So based on the tier list, I'll put Maid Chloe as triple S. If you guys are playing at high level RTA, which is Emperor Legend above, you guys will see a lot of people are first picking Maid Chloe because Maid Chloe is just disgustingly OP after the buff. Just because her S3 provides a revive buff and a defense buff, and she heals a lot, and because of her mitigation on the S2 makes her really valuable unit nowadays, just because a lot of units are doing some pop damage here and there, and she mitigate 50% of it. It's just like the FCC passive. Okay, next we'll move on to the SS tier, which is Ruel after the buff. She's insanely strong, especially if you see a lot of players who tend to pick revive teams such as Maid Chloe plus Ruel. It's really annoying to deal with and has very high win rate in high level. So the next one will be Celia. Celia's after buff is insanely strong. She becomes a very good aggressive playstyle unit, especially those who have really fast C leaders. She's SS tier is only given that you have decent speed gear for her. Okay, so next we move on to S tier. S tier, alright, just to remind you guys, all these units are just based on tiers. Alright, even though they are first on the tier list, doesn't mean that they are the strongest in their tier. Okay, so for Pera wise, she's still a decent unit, but she's not being that great right now. Okay, she's still really good to have. Same goes for Sage Bal. And Solly seems to have I would probably put Solly A, guys. Okay. Just because, I mean, probably you guys will know that, yeah, Fern running on focus. Okay. And then, what do you call it? Afternoon Souffle running on focus, Solly would be great. But apparently, Fern is not as broken as Freeran, so, and it's really hard to draft. But if you don't have a Solly to handle focus unit, you might just want to get her. While next will be SCP. SCP is still gonna be a decent unit because, I mean, the game is still coming out with resources unit, right? Even though like newer unit will have fighting spirit, will have focus unit, so she will still be in the meta no matter what. It's just because her passive is just so strong. Okay, definitely she's not a unit that you're gonna pick every game like last time, but I would say she's decent. Okay. Next will be Lionheart. Lionheart after buff is really decent. Like nowadays, even with Setsuka, a lot of people move their Lionheart away from Destro and just put lifesteal with Symbol just to handle Setsuka. Okay, next Abyssal Yufin. Abyssal Yufin will always be a meta unit no matter what. Alright. You can even build her a lifesteal Destro or even go for the tank aura build. It's just because her passive is just so strong. She's just very valuable to get. Like CR, reduce 50% CR is just too good to have. And there's literally only 2 units in the game that reduces CR, which is Abyssal Yufin and Red Poly. So I would say if you don't have Abyssal Yufin, she's still a very good unit. Okay, Balian is still a very good unit, but I bet people will have Balian by now just because the game has give out a free ML5 boss selector. Alright, it's just exactly like Abyssal Yufin. Balian ignore a mechanic in the game. So literally unit that ignore a mechanic in game will stay in the meta and will last forever. It's just because they are one of the special unit that only does that kind of job, which is she literally makes your opponent can't sober. Okay, next will be Arunka. Arunka is still pretty strong in the game. You can still see people are first picking boss Arunka almost every game. So she's still very decent. Next will be Luna. Luna is still a very strong unit. AoE seal is just way too strong, like sealing all the passive in game. Most of the unit without their passive, they are not even a unit at all. Next will be Celine. Emma Celine is a very strong unit. A lot of players, no matter they are playing aggressive, cleave, or even they are playing a bit faster. Alright, Celine still being such an annoying unit to deal with. Alright, Kayron. Kayron is a decent unit to play right now. I wouldn't put Kayron like in high S or anything, or probably lower S, but he's actually a very decent pick right now, especially with like so many evasion unit right now. He's one of the unit that if you build him like a full bulk, he's able to do his job to handle evasion unit just because his S3 doesn't have to land a hit to do the pop damage. Okay, next Zio is just Zio. Zio is still really strong. Okay, because he's one of the unit that gonna take first turn, and we don't have like super fast gear and still want to cleave, Zio might be a choice for you guys. Next will be Imperial Elena. She's available in the coin shop right now. As of now, this video is being made, but if you don't have enough coin, she might be a very good pick. Alright, and exactly like what I said, like Abyssal Yufin and Balian, she's one of the unit that it's really good in the meta and it will last really long. It's just because her passive, which reduces defense penetration resistance, or whatever you guys call it. So she's one of the unit which is very good. It's just because most of the DPS really relies on Death Pen to do damage. Alright, so she's definitely a very good pick. And for whoever who doesn't have Maid Chloe or they need another tank, FCC is pretty good just because of the pop damage. Like I said, there's just way too many unit nowadays that does pop damage. It's just like Renak, right? Like everyone is picking Renak right now, and the only unit that really helps you to fight Renak are Maid Chloe and FCC right now. Okay, then mostly for the A tier unit, they are just good to have. Okay, and they have their own places in game. It's just like LRK is really strong against free run if you run him on Crown of Glory, just to steal soul. Tywin is still, it's really not a good unit, but it's just good to have. Like I've seen people uses Tywin to steal souls, alright, from free run team, which is decent, and if you pair him with SPP, he just ignore ER. He's just a decent unit. Reckham Rona is always good if you are taking turn 1 anyways. Okay, then go for Briar Wish. Briar Wish might be decent right now, especially people who are running so many revive team. Right, they are pairing, especially those people who pair triple revive, Maid Chloe Ruel, and ML Celine, which is an annoying team. So Briar Witch comes in really good, and Haseti is just Haseti. Okay, Haseti just makes everyone could not have any speed. Alright, so she's still a solid unit to pick up, especially if you're a slow player. Okay, ML Lua kind of drop off the meta. I would actually just put her on B though, to be honest, or like lowest A tier. Okay, well, Teiyu. Teiyu is one of the best friend for Zio. If you are planning to go for Zio Cleave, definitely Teiyu is a good pickup. Alright, Blood Moon Haze, it's kinda niche pick right now. Most of the time, like you usually pick him against cleavers most of the time, but if cleavers tend to pivot into a cleave debuff team, he's kind of bad. Okay, then we move on to Hand Guy. Hand Guy really not seen that much even after the buff. Yes, he does a lot of damage, but I don't think he's that great. Yes, he provides 2 turn of immunity. If you need a unit to cleanse with 2 turn of immunity and still do decent damage, I would say Hand Guy is pretty good just because Luna is off. ML Lua is off the meta, but he does decent against the G-Ras. Alright, if you guys don't have a choice, but I wouldn't really suggest him. Alright, Bystander Hua Yong is getting better and better because nowadays, especially after Light Tenebra, everyone, I mean, there's just way too much debuff around, and she's one of the unit that doesn't care about debuff. Alright, so she's decent and she does extinct on her S3. So I would say she's getting better and better and better, alright, compared to when she's being released. She's kind of a sitting duck that does nothing and relies on a lot of counter to win games, but she is getting better and better. Okay, DDR, I would say, I mean, you can get in free. Most of the players have in free as well. Yeah, if you don't have like Tenebra, DDR might be one of the best debuffer right now besides like Tenebra in the ML5 department. Strace, yeah, Strace is decent if you are playing fast, if you can actually push him up by using Sea Lilias, or if you are playing Army Clay Strace, it's really good. Shu, it's decent. Okay, especially if you meet players who play like super tanky, or especially 5 tanks nowadays, especially, I mean, if they play like 5 tanks with revive, Shu might come in pretty handy. But I would suggest if you really want to aim to summon something, I would just say the top 3 tier, the triple S, the double S, and the S tier would be priority for you guys. If you don't have any of the top 3 tiers and you still want to summon, probably go for the A tier or just save for the new ML5. While for the B tier are very, 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 very niche unit, especially unless you really like them or it's like your waifu pool or whatever, you can feel free to pull them. And that's all for the video today. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys learned something. And I'll see you guys next video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, or you guys can find me on my live stream where I stream every day on Twitch and YouTube. See you guys next time. Ta-ta!